This is the design that started everything. So of course, I have to give it a sequel. Exactly 1 year ago today, I released my base called the Iceberg. At the time, I was new to YouTube. I didn't have much to my name. Didn't expect anything from the video. Fast forward 1 year, it's my most popular video. I go on like random servers. I see the Iceberg on Spawn Beach. I played Moose Monthly last wipe. I rated the Iceberg like 3 times. I go on Chinese YouTube. I see the Iceberg ripped in Chinese audio. I go on Tesla's video. He's rating the Iceberg. I go on IOK's video. He's building it solo.
A clan base designed by Airport.
I can't thank you guys enough for the support you've shown me this past year. I'm able to take my passion for video editing, for Rust, for base building, all this creative stuff, and actually do something with it. With all that said, I've taken all of your feedback and I've upgraded to the Iceberg V2. It's got breach peaks. It's got more beds. It's got a funnel wall. It's got a cooler open core, better turret spots. It's got a tutorial on how to do electricity for it. It's got unbreakable roof turrets. These are just a few of the things that I've added, and I'm really excited to show you the space, so let's get into the tour. I may not be pregnant, but I never fail to deliver. I got a banger base for you guys today. An absolute fire base for you guys today. All right, currently 3:09 a.m. Day the video comes out. Let's get into the base tour, all right? As you see here, we have 4 external TCs. They cost 3,000 metal a piece, totaling at 12,000 metal for every external TC. You probably have already seen these, but they're disconnectable external TCs. When you place a twig roof here, it disconnects the frames right here, thus disconnecting the TC privilege of this tool cupboard from the rest of the base. Now to reconnect it, all you gotta do is replace these frames. Very easy, and you're good to go. All right, let's step into the compound. In our gatehouse, we have a half wall peak for our compound, as well as peek into the breach in the high wall. Above the gatehouses, we have these chain link fences. Now, the use of these is they stop HP rockets. Normally, a raider would just HP rocket your turret, but the fence blocks them. Very useful trick. Entering our Widegap, we have a very cozy wraparound section with plenty of depot boxes and some battery spawns, as well as some half floor peeks into our compound. Now on 2 sides of the base, we have a chute that goes all the way up and all the way down. And on the opposite 2 sides of the base, we have the entrance to our base. Now there's a mobility chute that goes all the way up and down and conveniently leads into one of 4 little bedroom pods in our inner peaks. Now in the bottom of the inner peaks, we have our breach peaks. Now you can retake your Widegap inner ring as well as your compound. Now we also have 4 battery spots in the bottom of the inner peaks, as well as lockers. And now let's take a look into our starter unit. The core of the base is a 3x3. As you can tell from my FPS dropping and my PC melting, fit a lot of furnaces in here. Now the main TC upkeep is 50,000 metal and 87 high qual. We're gonna head up to the 2nd floor. We have a lot more storage. And on the 3rd floor, we have the top of our inner peaks. Now we have a lot of beds here, lockers, and top of our inner peak downs. Here you can see our chute that goes all the way down and all the way to the shooting floor. Now we're gonna head up 1 more story and enter the open core. Now this is really similar to the original Iceberg open core. There is much more turret coverage. Previously there was only 4 ramp turrets. Now there is a total of 8 ramp turrets. There are these sneaky little ankle biter bedrooms, which we're going to take a look at right now. A very good angle to retake your open core. Alright, headed up a floor, we have more ankle biter peaks to retake our shooting floor, as well as our open core peaks. Here we have our open core peaks, and on this floor we have a set of 4 more batteries. Now this is probably one of my favorite areas in the base, is the shooting floor bedrooms. You have roof retakes right here, open core peaks. You will be chilling in here. We're gonna check out the shooting floor. Now the shooting floor is very, very simple. I didn't want to do anything too complicated. I want this space to be built by literally anyone, no matter if you're a novice or a pro. We're just keeping it simple here. Nothing too intimidating. Headed up one more story. We are on the roof. So we have a total of 8 roof turrets, which comfortably protect your roof. That's pretty much all for the base. Let's check out how to build it. Starting off our base is really simple. We're gonna begin with a 2x2. Add a double door frame as an exit and seal off the roof. On the left side, we're gonna add a loot room. And on the right side, we're gonna add our TC room. Place a double door on your exit. And now we can fill it in. We have room for 4 boxes on the left. And another 4 boxes on the right. You can fit your workbench along the wall and fill in the rest of the space with small furnaces. Once you have enough mats, we're going to turn our 2x2 into a 3x3. Start off with this L-shaped pattern and add a single door on the end of it. On the opposite side, this square is going to be our jump up. Add a double door here. Then go ahead and seal in your roof. Place a single door on the front. And a double door as an airlock. You can fill in the rest of the space with smaller furnaces and depot boxes. Below the jump up, you can add a ramp here and fit another 2 additional boxes. All right, the next step is going to be to add our external TCs. We're going to repeat this pattern on all 4 sides of the base. To make it easy for you to visualize, I have this symmetry plugin and Builder Sanctuary, which allows me to build on all 4 sides of the base at the same time. We're going to start out by building a circle of triangles on each side, followed by a square on the left and right. Next, place a triangle here, followed by a square, and another triangle. This is what it should look like from above. You can go ahead and delete all of the squares you just placed, and we're left with this footprint. If you have the extra mats, you can go ahead and upgrade this right now. Next, we're going to add our wide gap. From this triangle, we're going to build out 3 squares. Cap it off with the triangle. Then you can remove the 3 squares you just placed. From this triangle, you can build back with all triangles. On the left and right, place a square, followed by another triangle. You can go ahead and remove those squares and the last triangle you placed. This is what it should look like so far. On the last triangle, we're going to add 2 squares, followed by a triangle on each side. This will become our gatehouse. Then build out with a half circle of triangles, followed by a square, and 2 more triangles. Go ahead and upgrade these last 2 triangles. On the farthest triangle is going to be our TC room. It's very important that you place 2 half walls here, as it's the only way the disconnectable TC will work. Place a double door frame as the exit, and seal off the roof. Next, we're going to attach the TC the gatehouse. Go ahead and upgrade these 3 foundations and add windows on each side. Add a double door frame in the middle, and then build out with 2 triangle ladder hatch frames, followed by a square ladder hatch frame and 2 more triangle ladder hatch frames. You can then remove all the twig below it and seal off your gatehouse. Once you have that done, we're gonna add a half floor for turrets. Go ahead and upgrade all of this twig. And to make sure these 2 triangles don't decay, make sure to place a double door frame here, followed by 2 window frames on the left and right. Now our main base is overlapped by 4 external TCs. So in the event that you do get raided, raiders cannot place a TC in your main base unless they break all 4 of your externals. The next step is to add our compound. You'll need 20 walls to seal this in. Line up the high walls with the gatehouse, and then angle them in facing the opposite gatehouses. It should look like this. Next, you will need 12 barricades to seal the compound. Place twig here, and then go ahead and place your barricades. You can go ahead and then remove that same twig. Place a double door on the exit and glass windows on the left and right. Next, you're going to add a foundation on the left and right of the gatehouses, followed by a half wall and a triangle. Place a double door on the exit and horizontal embrasures on the left and right. Now that you've got your compound down, we can then start cooking in large furnaces. Make sure when placing your furnaces, place them as high as possible, and then make them extremely close to each other. When you do so, it forms a wall, and the raiders will have to break the high wall as well as the furnace to breach into your compound. Here's an example of what I mean. When the furnaces are high like this, raiders can't jump over, and they also can't ladder over, forcing them to blow them. Now, alternatively, raiders can blow this wall, but in that case, you can add a shotgun trap here to funnel them in. Raiders will then have to go through this tiny gap, get hit by this shotgun trap, as well as this shotgun trap. Additionally, beefing up your compound, you should add turrets in these triangles. And then to protect those turrets, you can add chain link fence to block rockets. When the raiders blow this wall, they'll be faced with this auto turret. They can attempt to HP rocket it out, but this chain link fence will stop most of the damage. Now that your team is bringing in farm, hopefully, it's time to expand the base. We're going to add a second floor to our 3x3. Opposite of the jump up from the first floor, we're going to add a jump up to the third floor. Go ahead and seal off the rest of the roof. And on the back wall, you can add 3 loot rooms. If you're having issues placing a ramp here, you'll have to go to the first floor and then pick up these 2 boxes below. You should then be able to place the ramp. Place double door frames on each of the loot rooms and seal off your roof. Next, we're going to finish our jump up to the next floor. Add a half wall here and here, followed by a low wall, a double door frame on the left side, followed by a half wall, and a low wall. It's very important that you put these low walls here, or you will not be able to seal the roof. On the left and right side, we're going to add a single door as an exit. Next, place half walls all along the sides. And on top of the half walls, place low walls. In the middle of your 3x3, place 2 half walls. Place a floor in the middle, 2 windows on the sides, then place double door frames on each side. Place a square here, followed by a square ladder hatch frame, and another square. You can then seal off the roof by placing triangles in this pattern. Place a double door frame here, and seal off the roof. It should look like this. Make sure to put a double door here, and if you can, put a garage door down here. You can seal up this top area by placing single doors on each side, and garage doors on the jump up. If you have them, now's a good time to start placing beds down. If you're loaded, you can place lockers here. And if you're not loaded, you can place a box in the middle and maybe put some bows or DBs. If you can't place this low wall here, make sure to upgrade the ramp, and then you can place it. This is what the base should look like so far. Next, we're going to add the shell. You're going to want to repeat this pattern on 2 sides, and to make it easy for you to visualize, I changed my symmetry to 2-sided. On the first 2 sides, we're going to add our entrance. On the left and right side of the entrance is where we're going to add our breach peaks. Place 2 half walls, followed by 2 windows. Repeat the pattern on the opposite side. Next, you can place a triangle roof tile in the middle. Moving on, seal in the rest of your walls. This is what it should look like so far. On the other 2 sides, make sure to keep this triangle open and put a single door frame. This will eventually be your chute that leads all the way up and down your base. Coming back to the entrances, we're going to add the jump up to the next floor. Add a half wall, followed by a low wall, and a triangle as the jump up. Place a double door frame here, and seal off the roof. Add a ladder hatch frame for stability. Next, we're going to build towards the base of triangles. Place windows on the left and right side. Place double door frames here, followed by a half wall, a window, a jump up to the next floor, and seal off the roof. Once again, you're going to want to place a ladder hatch frame here for stability. Now on the other 2 sides, we're going to repeat a similar pattern. Place a double door frame here and here. Add a jump up on the left side, and a locker on the right side. Seal in the roof. Put a window frame here for your locker. Place a double door frame here, and build up to the next floor. On the left and right side, add a window, and another jump up to the next floor. Place double door frames here and here. Seal off the roof. And now we're at our peak downs. A single door here is an exit to our chute. And go ahead and seal in the rest of the walls. Place a double door frame here and here. And close the ceiling. Moving on, we're going to build our shell up another 2 floors. Place half walls here to even out the height. And do the same in this section as well. And then build up your chute 2 more floors. Next, we're going to seal in the roof of our inner peaks. This, yet again, is only on 2 sides. So make sure to repeat this pattern on these 2 sides, and then repeat the next pattern on these 2 sides. Place a square here and here, followed by a triangle here, and here, here. Place triangle ceilings. Square on the left, triangle on the right. Repeat that same pattern on the left side. So far, it should look like this. On the 2 entrance sides, we're going to build up our mobility chute 1 more floor. Place a window here, floor here, and 2 double door frames on each side. Seal off the ceiling, and place another ladder hatch frame for stability. Next, we're going to build our peak downs. Next, we're going to finish our peak downs by placing a triangle here, 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 as well as all the other triangle spots. It should look like this. Make sure to go down to the first floor and seal up your windows with horizontal embrasures. And on the entrance, you can place glass windows and a double door as your exit. Now you're probably wondering, how are these turrets getting any power? Also, where do I put my batteries? Well, I have the answer for you. In the very first floor, we're going to add our battery spots. Now there's 4 battery spots on this floor, so you can repeat this on all 4 sides. On the right side of the triangle roof, we're going to add a single door and seal off the roof. Go ahead and place a battery here and a single door. Now if you're rich, you're going to have a ton of these single doors laying around, so that's why I opted in to put one. Most people get single doors from Bradley, Helly, and Large Oil, and they have nothing to do with them. So they make great use for battery rooms. Next, we're going to add a smart switch, followed by 6 electrical branches per battery. Plug the power out into the electric input of the smart switch, and plug the output into the power in of the first electrical branch. Next, connect the power out of the first electrical branch, power in of the next electrical branch, and repeat this pattern until they're all connected. Next, you're going to want to turn all these values to 10. You can do that by pressing E on the electrical branch, and this menu will pop up. Change it to 10 and key on all of the other electrical branches. Now each branch has a branch out as well as a power out. Power out goes to the next branch, while the branch out goes directly to the turret. So you can take this branch out and then wire it to one of your external turrets. Ta-da! But now you're wondering, where's the power coming from? Well, on Magical Builder Sanctuary Island, I don't have any power currently, but we're gonna add it. On each of our gatehouses, we're gonna build up 8 high with double door frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next, we're going to place a floor, followed by low walls on each side, and another floor on top. This slot right here is for our turret. On the left and right, add a platform for your windmills, and place a ramp on top. If you're rich and have extra turrets, you can place them in these little slots right here. Next, we're going to place our windmills, and the placement is very important. Make sure to rotate them so that the open side is facing you. As you can see here, the open side is facing me, and drag it so it's touching the edge. And go ahead and do that on the other side. Now you're probably wondering, why the heck is there a ramp up here? Looks dumb. Well, I'll show you why. By placing a floor here and a ramp here, the ramps now connect. You can then remove this floor and the ramp still stays up. Now you're probably also wondering, what the heck is this? Well, when some freak comes to your base at 3 a.m. while you're tucked in bed and tries to HV rocket your roof turrets from above in a minicopter, they're gonna have an awfully hard time when the HV rockets get blocked by these ramps. Yet, the turrets can see you below the ramps and shoot anyone on your roof. You picking up what I'm putting down? Pretty cool, ain't it? The next thing you're gonna wanna do is put a root combiner down here in your gatehouse. Put 1 root combiner per 1 windmill. This makes it super easy to rewire your windmills in the event that they do get broken. Attach the root power 1 to the power output of your windmill. Next, you can take your combined power out and attach it to the power in of the battery. I personally recommend that you let the battery charge a little bit and get some more juice. And once you have enough, flick your smart switch on. Now we're cooking. All right, next we're gonna build this little guy up. Once again, we're gonna repeat this pattern on 2 sides of the base only. So on the first 2 sides, we're gonna add full walls right here, followed by a double door frame here and here, triangle floor, followed by another window, a ladder hatch frame, and seal off the roof. Next, we're gonna add a window here, 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 and then wall in this section. can then seal off your roof. And then add your honeycomb. In this triangle, we're going to add a locker on each side. Place a window frame here and here. Double door frame here, 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 and here. And then place beds in each of these slots. You can seal off these rooms with horizontal embrasures. And let's move on to the rest of the open core. On the other two sides, let's seal in the outside of the walls. Make sure to keep this chute open. Add honeycomb here. And we're gonna add a loot room on the left and right side. Place a half wall here and here, and temporarily place a floor here, and through the wall, place a triangle floor. Now you can go ahead and remove this square, and off that triangle floor you placed, you can place another triangle coming off of it. You can go ahead and remove this triangle, and there you have your first shelf. Now above it, add another shelf, and seal in the walls. Add a double door frame here and here, followed by a floor here and here, a half wall, 2 square ladder hatch frames, and 2 ramps. Should look like this. Next, we're going to work on the center of our open core. Place a half wall here and here, and seal off this section. Underneath this half floor, we can place some boxes, and a low wall. Repeat this pattern on the other two sides. Now we're going to add our open core peaks. Go ahead by sealing up the exterior walls. And add honeycomb here and here. Repeat this pattern on the other sides. Add a full wall here, as well as here. Place a half wall, followed by a floor, and remove the first half wall. Underneath the half wall, place a ramp, double door frame, and on top, place a ladder hatch frame. Next, you can place your ramps. Go ahead and seal in the roof. And we're going to add our 2 entrances. Place a double door frame here and here. Enclose the ceiling and add a window frame here. Next, add a jump up to the next floor and seal off the floor. We're going to close up these gaps right here. And next, we're going to build up the honeycomb 1 more floor. The base should currently look like this. Now let's finish our open core peaks. Start by walling in the sides. And on the 2 entrances, place half walls here and here. On top of the half walls, you can place a window. And we're going to seal in this exterior wall. Place a double door frame here, here, and here. And a jump up to the next floor. Peel off the top. And now we're going to add our bedrooms. In front of this ramp, add a half wall. And repeat it on the other side. Add a window on top of the half wall. Place another half wall in the middle. On top of that, place a single door frame. In the center, place 2 full walls on each side. In these slots, you can put your lockers. Seal in the lockers with windows. And add an entrance on each side. Next, we're going to put 2 low walls on each side, and triangle floors on top of the low walls. On the left and right side of these ramp spots, we're going to add 2 full walls and seal in this section. Now, if you do so have them, you can place some turrets in front of these ramps. If you didn't already know, turrets can shoot through these ramps. And alternatively, these ramps then protect the turrets from HP rockets. Raiders will then have to brick the ramp or raid from above to destroy the turrets. Next, place a half wall here and here on each side, and then sealing your roof. Once that's done, we're going to seal in the half floor below it. It should look like this so far. Finish off your bedroom area, seal in this triangle on each side, then add a half wall on each side. In the middle, there's room for 4 boxes. You can place these easier by removing the roof. Next, you're going to place beds all along the center. And then boxes beneath the low walls. To make these turrets stronger, you can place chain link fence in front of them. Then section off the area with garage doors. Lastly, you're going to want to add horizontal braziers here and here, as well as a single door for an exit. On your 2 sides of the chutes, place a ceiling here, followed by a single door. This is the end of your chute. And on the opposite 2 sides of the mobility chutes, you're going to place a double door frame here, a window here, and half walls here, here, and here, and seal off the roof. Place a double door right here, and make sure to put a ladder hedge frame right here. Later on in the build, when we have our shooting floor done, you can then put vending machines right here to sell stuff. Currently, we're going to place a window. Now it's time to turn this shapeless blob into an actual base. To do that, we're going to build our wide gap. We're going to repeat this pattern on all 4 sides of the base. On your wide gap, start off by placing a square here and here, followed by a triangle, 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 and on the opposite side, a triangle, triangle, triangle. You can then remove the squares and the excess triangles. You're then left with this pattern. Go ahead and upgrade all of these triangles. Next, we're going to add our windows. And then you can seal in this section. From here, we're going to build up with double door frames. In this middle square, we're going to add a half wall. And then build up 1 more story of double door frames. Repeat this pattern until you get to the shooting floor. Once you're at your shooting floor, place a window here and here in the middle, followed by windows all along the sides. Next, place a triangle here and here, square in the middle, and repeat this pattern. You can then seal in your roof. For stability, add double door frames here, as well as here too. Lastly, we're going to finish our roof. In the part where the 2 wide gaps meet, we're going to place a half wall. On top of that half wall, place a square roof, and place square roofs below that as well. It should end up looking like this. Where we place the half walls, you can put a roof on top of it, and below that, you can place a turret on each side. Now that our base is built, we can move on to the finishing touches. Add vertical embrasures to the shooting floor. And on all of the half wall peaks, make sure to put horizontal embrasures. Head down to your chutes, add single doors and ladders. Next, we can seal up our first floor Widegap ring. Place a double door here, followed by glass windows on the left and right. And on these outer bits, we're going to place a triangle foundation here, here, as well as here and here. Place half walls here and here, as well as here and here. And seal off the top bits. You can then place a horizontal embrasure facing outwards. And that gives you a nice peek into your compound. Next to these peaks, I like to put some beds. And a box for some kits. It's also important to section off this area with chain link fence so raiders cannot run through it. Heading to our base, we're gonna head up our chutes. In each of these areas, we can stick a bed and a locker. On the top of our inner peaks, we can stick a locker in the right triangle, sealed up by a window, and in the left triangle, we can stick an auto turret. Above the open core, we're going to add 4 more battery spots. Right next to these ramps is where we're going to put the batteries. Add honeycomb here. Put the battery in this closest triangle. You then seal it up with a single door. Ta-da! And right next to that, we can add a turret. Alright, congratulations, you have finished the build. If you guys do end up building this, I would love to see whatever you guys build. Head over to my Discord and drop a pic. I'd love to check it out. Also, alternatively, if you have any questions about the build, either I or my Discord members can help you out. The link is in the bio. Make sure to swing by and say hi. As always, I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy the base. Peace.